All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we are going to build a professional trader from the ground up. I mean, literally, piece by piece. We're going to lay the foundation, put up the framework, and then I'll give you the tools you need to finish the whole thing.
So this is the big one, right? The question every single trader asks. And honestly, the answer is probably not what you're expecting. It has nothing to do with some magic indicator or secret formula. Nope. The real journey? It all starts with a simple but really profound mental shift.
Okay, you really got to get this, because this right here is the absolute game changer. A novice trader, they're always asking, where's the price going to go? They're obsessed with predicting the future. But a pro, they ask a completely different question. They ask, how am I going to react no matter what happens? You see that shift? It's huge. The focus moves from the market to you.
So let's get to it and lay down that first pillar. The journey to becoming a pro, it doesn't start with a fancy chart or some new software. It starts with changing your mindset. This is the foundation. And if this isn't solid, nothing else matters.
You know, real professionals, they build their entire strategy on these basic truths. They have a healthy respect for the market, they actually understand what they're trading, and, this is the big one, they fully accept that they don't have a crystal ball. And that's not a weakness, far from it. It's actually the source of all their strength.
And what's so cool about this idea is how just one little mental flip completely reorients everything. The second you stop trying to be a fortune teller, you automatically start acting like a risk manager. All that energy you were wasting on prediction, it gets channeled into preparation.
We're going to stick with this idea of building a house as we go. And just remember this. If that foundation, your mindset, isn't rock solid, then any system, any strategy you try to build on top, well, it's just going to crumble the first time the pressure is on.
Okay, so our foundation is laid. Now it's time for the blueprint. And let me be clear, this is not a blueprint for getting rich quick, it's a blueprint for survival. This is your system.
So, a pro structure really has three parts. First up, you need a main activity, a core system that's just designed to generate steady, stable cash flow. Step two, you build a buffer. Think of it like a safety net of cash, big enough to handle the worst-case scenario for your main system. And then, and only then, with the extra cash you've made, do you get to step three, experimenting with new, higher-risk ideas. See how that works? You're only taking big shots with house money, not your own.
Now, a really key part of that core system is an idea called zone money management. And what it does is it changes the question. Instead of asking, what's the one perfect price to get in, it asks something way smarter. How should I spread my capital out across a whole range of prices?
So just picture a bell curve, the classic hump shape, laid over a price range that you define. The far left is your lower boundary, the far right is your upper boundary. That curve is basically your guide. It tells you exactly how much money to put to work at every single price level inside that zone. Let's break down what that actually means.
And this is just a brilliant way to think about it. The logic is simple. You deploy less capital at the crazy highs and lows of your zone, and you focus the bulk of your trading right there in the middle, where the price is most likely to hang out. The goal here isn't to be a hero and nail the exact top or bottom, it's to create consistent cash flow from all that volatility. You're trying to survive the market, not outsmart it. And that question, it gets right to the core of what it means to be a professional. A system that's only focused on profit, it's fragile, it's going to break. But a system built for survival, that's robust. That's designed for the long haul, and that is where real wealth is actually built. All right, so we've got our foundation and our blueprint. The house is really starting to take shape. So now, finally, we can talk about the tools. This is pillar 3, execution. This is the construction phase. And this is where discipline is absolutely everything. And this is a super important distinction to make. Amateurs, they use technical tools to try and predict the future. Professionals, they use those same tools to identify moments of opportunity, moments where the odds are stacked in their favor, so they can manage their risk effectively.
Probably the single most important tool in a pro's entire toolkit is the risk-reward ratio. You'll hear it called RRR. It's a really simple question. For every single dollar I put at risk, how many dollars could I potentially win? And believe me, having a good RRR is way more important than how often you're right.
Okay, so what if I told you you could be profitable with a 33% win rate? I mean, think about that. You're wrong 2 out of every 3 times, but you could still make a lot of money. It's not magic, I promise. It's just simple math. Just look at the math here. It's so clear. That top scenario, you're risking $10 to make $5. That's a terrible deal.
You have to be right more than 67% of the time just to break even. But now, look at the second scenario. You're still risking 10 bucks, but you stand to make 20. Now, one single win covers 2 losses. All of a sudden, you only need to be right 33% of the time. You can be wrong most of the time and still make money. That, my friends, is a professional's edge.
Okay, another powerful tool for execution is finding what's called a bridge. The best way to think about this is it's a price level where the market just gets stuck. It's a zone of congestion where a ton of trading has happened.
And this quote right here, it nails why that bridge is so important. It's the spot where the cost basis of the majority is all piled up. So it's a point of maximum agreement, which also means it's a point of maximum potential pain or pleasure for the crowd when the price finally moves away. And trust me, when it breaks from a level like that, the move is often explosive.
All right, so we've got our foundation, we've got our blueprint, and we've got our tools. We've built the house. So what's the big secret? What's the mortar that holds this whole thing together for the long term?
And this might be the most important takeaway of all. The goal isn't to be right all the time. It's not a sprint. The goal is to survive. It's a game of endurance. The whole point of your mindset, your system, and your execution is just one thing. Stay in the game long enough to capitalize on those huge moves when they finally come. This really is the professional's mantra. Just do whatever it takes to survive until the trend arrives. Because look, most of the time the market is just a messy, choppy grind. The real money, the life-changing money, is made in those rare, powerful trends. Your only job is to make it through the boring times with your capital safe and sound.
And so, there you have it. The 3 pillars of a professional trader. Number 1, your mindset. That's the foundation. Number 2, your system. That's the blueprint for survival. And number 3, your execution. That's the actual construction. Together, that's the whole shebang. That's the framework for a career that actually lasts. So, let me leave you with this question. Thinking about your own trading house, which part is the weakest? Is it your foundation, your mindset? Is it your blueprint, your system? Or is it your construction, your execution? If you can answer that question honestly, you'll know exactly where you need to start working to build something that can truly weather any storm the market throws at you.